get reviewing. So we are going to spend the next few days reviewing some volume. Our first big question, what is the difference between the blue shape and the pink shape? I want you to take a second to answer that question to yourself. Okay, so you may have said something similar to this. The blue shape is a square, and this is an example of a 2D or two-dimensional shape. A 2D shape, like a square, is flat. We can measure the square's perimeter, so that is the measurement of the outside, or their area, which is the measure of the inside. Now this cube, the pink shape, is 3D, so this is three-dimensional. So it is like a box. So not only can we figure out the measurements of the outside and the area of the base, but we can also see how much can fit inside of the cube. So a cube is a type of rectangular prism. And here are some examples of rectangular prisms. So rectangular prisms are three-dimensional shapes who has 6 faces that are all rectangles. What are faces? Well, faces are the flat surface of a three-dimensional shape. So all these arrows point to faces on a shape. Our next big question, well, how do we measure the space inside of a rectangular prism? With that, we are going to be finding volume. So here we were working in cubic units. So this one cube is 1 cubic unit. The volume is the total number of cubic units that are needed to fill a three-dimensional space. So here for this example, we'll have 12 cubic units that fill that space. A cubic unit is used to measure volume. Okay, so this could be a cubic inch or a cubic centimeter. It depends on what the measurement is. Our next big question, well, how can we find the volume of a rectangular prism? Well, the answer is we can do this by multiplying the dimensions of the rectangular prism. Well, what are dimensions? Dimensions are the length, the width, or the height of a figure. So when we find our area of the base, we are measuring length times width. But when we want to find volume, we want to multiply our height in there as well. When writing an expression to find the volume of a rectangular prism, you first find the base, so the length times the width, and you'll see the base is highlighted in gray with the arrows pointing at them. So the base is usually is a face of a three-dimensional shape that usually is what it is standing on, okay? Once you find that, you then want to multiply the base by the height, so the number of layers. All right, this was an example that we did in class. So what is the volume of the rectangular prism? Well, we first would find the length over here. It is 2 cubes long times the width. It is 2 cubes wide, which this is our area of the base. So 2 times 2 is 4. Then to find volume, we want to multiply that by our height, which is 6 cubes tall. We would multiply 4 by times 6, and we would get 24 cubic units. All right, guys, we will continue to review volume this week, and we will finish this class kick hopefully tomorrow if the app is working.